Good afternoon, guys, and I find you quite okay today, and I'm quite excited that today we're going to look at a different, video and interesting training. Basically, today we want to look at the connections that you have at home. You might have a DSL, you might have Zoho connection, and many of you have wondered many times if you wanted to change a password. You might feel that a lot of people are using the internet, and from the time that your service provider set the password for you, now you think it's the time to do it and you don't know how to do it. Okay, let's get started and look at how we can go about doing that. So the first thing that you need to do, remember last time we spoke about setting up your router IP address. So we'll just repeat that because that's gonna be the beginning of this training. So like we mentioned, if you wanted to know the gateway of your router, in other words, let's simplify this. To change the password of your router, the first thing you need to do right here is to type CMD, then enter. This gives you the power, the opportunity to be an administrator or perhaps to get into control of your router. So now once you have that command prompt and the cursor, what you need to do next is to type ipconfig. I believe you remember that. Enter. What you're gonna get is these passwords, in fact these addresses. What we are more interested is default gateway. This is the IP address or the number that you need to be able to change password. In this case, I'm actually working behind another router. I've got two routers, so it won't show you my actual router IP because I don't want you to see that. So let's assume that here there was 192.168.100.1. That's actually the router that I'm trying to change. I don't want to show you this one because it's a sensitive router. So whatever you get on default gateway, all you do is to come to internet browser, right? You open a new page. So what you're gonna do now is to type what you find right here. This address right here. But for demonstration's sake, I'm going to use a router that is well protected, which is 192.168.100.1, and enter. Now you're prompted with a user interface where you can now interface with the router. In other words, where you can actually communicate with the router itself. So for most of the ADSL, if it's actually a Huawei router, especially 852E, the password, the username is user. For all the tier 1 ones, then the password is user also. This is what you put, then log in. Now be careful. You don't have to make a lot of changes that you don't understand. Otherwise, you're gonna lock yourself out of your router. So now, once you put user as username and user as password, you will now find this interface again. You're able now to relate to your router. In other words, you have entered through the door. Remember gateway last time we mentioned that it's a way out. So now you've been out of your computer into a router. Now you are in the router. You actually see all these tabs: status, device, WAN, LAN, WLAN, basic, advanced, maintenance. Now if you wanted to change the password, you need to click basic. Okay? Once you're in basic, don't touch the phone number and the password. You come to WLAN, which means wireless LAN. That's where you click. Once you do that, notice here, you automatically have an option to change the password. If you wanted to change the password to last, all you do is type LSAT like that. Done. Once you click submit, the password would have changed. So that's it all. That's all, guys. I hope this will be very helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video so that you can always look after your own router at home. In my next video, I'm going to share with you the purpose of this little button that is indicated as WPS. Thank you. Okay, these are the last benefits as I close down. Okay.